Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's good to be here on a Sunday morning. Um, so today we're just going to be doing some more gesture drawing. I think maybe in about 2 or 3 streams I'll start doing character designs again. Um, but yeah, for those of you who have not been on my channel, my name is Mike. I like to do some of the fundamentals of art. I'm not a professional artist. I'm an aspiring professional artist. And yeah, I'm hoping to hopefully at some point get a job as a character designer for a video game industry or company, developer, whatever. And yeah, on my channel, I'm really just trying to document the progress that I make along the way. Hopefully to be an inspiration to anybody else who doesn't have any formal background in art or anything like that, that aspires to be a professional. And I see Peter and Pumpkin Pie in the chat. How are you? I hope that y'all are both doing well. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this thing rolling. So I did get some requests last time to do different gestures than I typically do. I think these are ones that I've done on this channel before, but I will do them anyways. This is a compilation of gestures from different manga and artists that I found on Pinterest. So we'll do about 10 gestures, and then I'm gonna shut it down today. I do have a project that I'm working on, or a painting I'm working on. I'd like to get something done with that today, hopefully get it completely finished. Once I get that one done, I'll post the previous one on my Discord. And yeah, if you do want to join my Discord, please do. The link is in the description. And maybe either Pumpkin Pie or Peter can share it as well. But yeah, I hope that y'all are having a great weekend, and let's get going. I won't force myself to finish anything. If I get it done, I get it done. If I don't, I don't. I'll probably work on the other painting for like an hour or two and then stop for today. Let's go. Where's my brush? Alright, let's get going here. New pose? Yep, all new poses today. Sorry, I'm gonna have to place the chat on my other screen after this pose is finished. I can't really see it with how my head is right now. Sorry about that. I'm still getting used to streaming again. I'm just trying to look and see. Oh, I still need to add this back arm. Head's a little big, so we'll scale that down a bit. Alright, I think that's fine. Let me get the chat on the other side here. Perfect. Um, so with these, typically what I'll do is I'll just pick a pose and do it. I think I'm gonna do the pose in the bottom right hand corner. Exactly. I will. Yeah, like I just said, I'll do one pose out of all of them. I'm not gonna do all of them in 2 minutes. What I need to do is I need to take these poses into Clip Studio Paint and kind of edit and just get them to be single poses because they're all very good. Maybe not the bottom one that's just like the like breastplate up. Probably not that one. No real need for that. Did you buy the wig? I did not. I did not buy the wig. That's like that would be um a good stream for like 10K or something. That would be fun. This pose has a lot of foreshortening, um, like a lot. But I figured I would challenge myself a little bit. Is it perfect? No, there's quite a bit actually that needs to be worked on. But just let me do this here. But I'm still pretty happy with it. That is true. I need to post that. I need to post a new I need to post a new art challenge for the Discord as well. You know what I should start doing is I should start doing like challenges to be like different fundamentals. Ooh, that's a good idea. Uh yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing that. So this pose is a bit off already, and that's because I don't have the chest going the right direction here. Alright, there it goes. This is another artist that I would highly recommend that people look into if you are attempting to create like a manga or a comic, is Mark Crilley. I'm sure if you're on my channel, I'm sure that you've seen his stuff before. There's no way you haven't. But I do really recommend him. One, because his art is phenomenal. I think that he's a really good example of, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but like you don't have to have like pristine art to do comics successfully, because he can do hyperrealism, but he kind of leans towards this more like cartoony kind of art. um it's more so just about like, one, the story that you're creating, but two, um just consistency. But the other reason why I would highly recommend him is he's just a really good guy. He's like taken time out of his day to like respond to art that I've done from like his books and stuff. Just like practicing some of the stuff that he put in his books and things like that on Instagram, and he just seems like a really nice human being. And I always will promote people like that. Hey Eden, I'm doing well. How are you? It's good to see you on here. Alright, so I'm gonna do the pose of the girl for this one. I feel like I do the other pose way more frequently when I'm going through this. Or I should say woman. I don't know if she's a girl or a woman. Don't know her age. Not that it really matters. I also don't know her gender, so I could be misgendering her. I want to start drawing it. I did. Where should I start from? What should I learn first? I would say it just depends. What do you want to draw? If you can answer that, I'll give you a good answer. His head is... Why am I doing my head so big? It's not that I'm doing the heads big. It's actually that I'm doing the rest of the body small because I start with the heads, but... I think that her upper body is a bit too large, so, or the lower body's too small, so I'm just gonna shrink this down a little, and then I'll actually make this a bit, actually not even bigger. I'm just gonna make it longer, actually. Let's see here. Yeah, that feels a little better. I mean, most artists start with drawing anatomy. I don't know why. I actually don't know if I would recommend people starting with anatomy. If you're really like a beginner, you definitely want to start with just doing shapes and forms. Which one of these? I'm gonna do this guy. Um, but again, it really does depend. Like if you want to be a character artist or an environmental artist, I think where you should start kind of varies. Camera went black. Oh no. Thank you. Give me 1 second. It should be back. Um, Draw box is good. I agree. What's the advice in starting with anatomy? I would agree with you. It's just like it just depends. Like I do think that there are some things that you can just always start with and you're okay. Like perspective is going to help you regardless of if you're a character artist or a environmental artist. I think that it would help environmental artists a bit more actually. Um, and of course, if you want to do both, then perspective's good for both. But I don't think he's leaned over quite enough, but I'm not gonna be able to fix that here. Like really straight lines, I should perfect how to draw them. To be honest with you, like doing like straighter lines and things like that, you can do some practice for it as a warm-up. But like what you want to do is like you just practice like doing like straight lines that are like parallel to each other like this. And then like you can do another good one is like this exercise where you're trying to like connect the dots, which I'm doing a really bad job of without going past. Like that's pretty close. And things like that. And you, again, it's just a warm up, right? It's not like, it shouldn't be the entirety of what you're doing in a day, because you're going to burn yourself out if you do that. But then like the shapes and things that you would want to do are like shapes in perspective, cubes, cylinders, circles. Learning how to shade a sphere is really important as well. It's like the foundation of like everything basically for shading and form. Probably shouldn't have this one on here. It's like it's decent, but it's just such an, like, how often are you really drawing in this perspective? Um, like this is just something you get a reference for and you just do it that way. There's no need to memorize this. Like the amount of times you're gonna be drawing this intense of a perspective is very, very minimal. Especially as a character artist, you're not drawing in this perspective. Or as a, sorry, I shouldn't say that. A character artist would, but doing concept art in particular, because this, it blocks too much of the body. How much? Uh, I mean, it just depends. Like some days I only draw for about a half an hour. But like when I'm working on specific things, like if I'm doing a piece, like I'll spend a few hours every day that I can. Meaning like when I have, when I'm not doing work, like my actual day job. So it just depends. It fluctuates. Some days about a half an hour. Some days I'll draw for like 3 or 4 hours. Like today I'll probably end up drawing right after this for another hour or two. To try to finish up this character portrait that I've been doing. And when I'm practicing to learn something, I'll break it off. I'll try to do like about an hour of like learning that thing. And then I'll stop because don't want to overwhelm your brain too much with that stuff, because you're going to forget most of it if you're not careful. It's best for the about 30 minutes, some break, because yes, I would agree with that. Especially, again, especially if you're learning, if it's something new, um, that you're trying to like learn, just because you want to retain it, and it's hard to retain like a bunch of stuff in one day, like really difficult to retain like 3 or 4 hours of new material. Like you'll probably only remember the next day like some of it. I would say maybe a quarter. It's out a bit more. That is what this looks like. That's funny. I'll pull this out just a little bit more. And I want to bend it here just a bit more as well. I can finish the rest off. Hey Sean, how's it going? I appreciate you joining. Well, this is one of my favorite poses. I really like this one. Artist did a phenomenal job with it. Here. This and here. Probably just shrink this down a little bit and bring it a little further out. Then Which direction? This is going slightly away from us. It's coming back towards us a little bit. And we get this. And then finally, we're going to get that there. And I think this is another case of me making the head, or I guess the body, a little bit too small. But the head's a bit big here. And some people ask if I ever do like actual references of real people, and the answer to that is yes, I do. This is one of those examples. It's been a long time since I've done this one. Again, the head's a bit big, or the body's a bit small. It's a very interesting development for me. I do remember at one point I used to make the heads too small. I do remember that at one point, so it's funny that I've like overcorrected it. I also remember one of the things that I consistently get wrong with this particular one is I can never get this arm. I wonder what that is. I think it's that this is more slanted than what I'm making it seem, which also means that this is off. It's probably like this. Let's see here. Yeah, I still did not get it in correctly. That's okay though. Oh, we're finished. Alright, so this is what we got for today. I'm pretty happy with these. I think the last one was probably the worst one. That pose I always have difficulty with. I actually really like, I mean, it's not perfect, but gesture is very important. Yeah, it just depends again. It's hard. There are so many different schools of thought, like around like the art community, and I there's not one that's particularly correct, right? Like, you know, some people say you need to grind. I know the time did end really fast. You know, some people say that, you know, you need to grind, I don't know, perspective, which I do think is a very good thing to grind. Some people say you need to grind like faces, anatomy, stuff like that. Some people will say gesture. Some people will say shading and rendering. Like, you know, all of it is important. I really enjoy gesture, and I think gesture is very important because gesture is what kind of gives your character's life. And that's what I want to be as a character designer. So it's something that you definitely would want to do. But explore things. Just I really think figure out what you like, whatever you like is what you should practice. And then once you come across problems that need to be solved, then figure out ways to like learn how to solve those problems, right? Like if you don't know how to draw clothing, take some time, take a week or so, just study some clothing, clothing folds, things like that. If you're really struggling with portraits, take a week, do some portraits, do some faces, things like that. Learn Loomis method, learn the cube method for faces. It really just depends on what you want to do. But we are going to kind of wrap up right here. I know that was a pretty short stream, only about a half an hour. But again, I do have some stuff that I would like to get done for today as far as a project. And once I finish this this painting up, I'll post my last painting. And then I'll keep doing that. Be sure if you want to get feedback and stuff on art and you're looking for a a pretty low-key art community, and I'm gonna be honest, we are not professional artists. There are some people in the Discord that I'd say have phenomenal art, probably better than my own, that probably can give you some feedback. I'll give you feedback. From what I can see, I have a pretty good eye, even though my art hasn't quite gotten where I want it to go. But be sure to join the Discord if you do want a smaller community of really nice people. Oh no, for some reason the Discord's thing didn't drop when you did that, Peter. Let me see if I can do it. I need to sit down and really look up stuff for Discord because I'm riding the struggle bus. Oh, this isn't right. Maybe this? Oh, there it goes. Thank you, Peter. But yeah, join the Discord. But yeah, I'll definitely be streaming. This is a week that I'm going to stream during the week. I have family coming over next weekend. So I'll probably stream on Tuesday or Wednesday. But I'll post it on YouTube and everything like that. And I'll post in the Discord when I'm about to stream. It'll probably be in the morning. I typically work in the evening. So I hope that y'all have a great rest of your day. Have a great week. Stay safe out there. Be kind to yourself as you're learning how to draw. Yeah, and I'll catch you all next time. Thank you so much for joining today. Bye-bye. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Pumpkin Pie, for holding down the fort for me. And Quadruple A, thank you. I'll see you on the next one. And Sean, thank you for joining today as well. Eden Draws, appreciate you. Umare, see ya. Peace.